Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are going to completely shatter the illusion that a massive advertising budget can somehow save an average mediocre product. If you're an entrepreneur, a founder, or a marketer, you really need to listen closely to this one. We're diving into a total paradigm-shifting concept from Seth Godin's legendary book, Purple Cow. We're talking about the true art of remarkable business strategy and why, honestly, almost everything you thought you knew about getting attention is dead wrong.
So I want you to picture this. You're driving down a long, scenic highway. At first, the grazing cows on the side of the road, they're pleasant to look at. It's a nice view. But soon, mile after mile, the endless brown and white herds just blend into this completely boring blur. You literally stop noticing them. You completely ignore them. They just become invisible, right? Just part of the background scenery of your drive.
But suddenly, imagine seeing a vibrant, glowing, purple cow standing right there on the grass. I mean, what do? You'd slam on the brakes. You'd pull out your phone, take photos, and immediately text your friends. Why? Because it's undeniably remarkable. It completely shatters the blur. In today's incredibly noisy market, your business absolutely cannot afford to be just another brown cow. You have to be the purple cow. Section 1. The Death of Old Marketing.
We've officially entered an era where the old business playbook is just dead. The old model used to be so comfortable, right? You build an average product, throw a massive budget at the TV industrial complex, and just force it onto the mass market. But today, consumers are utterly blind to that noise. We live in the era of the 5-second YouTube skip button. If your product is boring, people tune it out instantly. Playing it safe is now a literal guarantee of failure. Your budget shouldn't go toward louder megaphones. It absolutely has to go toward making the product itself fascinating.
Moving on to Section 2, Defining the Remarkable. Now, Godin argues that remarkable doesn't just mean high quality. Actually, scratch that. Thinking it just means quality is a massive trap. Remarkable literally means a product that is worth making a remark about. Take the Indian beverage brand Paperboat, for example. It's a total masterclass in this. While their global competitors were pushing standard flavors in boring plastic bottles fueled by massive ad spend, Paperboat went the exact opposite way. They launched deeply nostalgic Indian drinks like Panna and Jaljeera in these unique, tactile pouches that felt entirely different in your hand. And the result? Customers just couldn't resist taking photos and sharing them. They built a remarkable product, and the customers gladly became their marketing department. Section 3. Targeting sneezers and otaku. Here's the thing. The mass market is dead. You have to focus entirely on passionate niches. Basically, you're looking for what Godin calls sneezers. These are your early adopters and your innovators. They catch on to new ideas and spread them like a virus to everyone else. Let's say you open a highly specific, eco-friendly vegan cafe. You don't try to attract the average fast food eater, right? No, you target the sneezers in the vegan community because they will catch the virus of your unique idea and excitedly infect all their friends. So how do you actually identify these sneezers? Well, you look for people within otaku. This is a Japanese term for a deep, passionate, almost obsessive interest in a specific category. Some people have a massive otaku for limited edition sneakers, while others have it for high-end espresso machines. If you build a purple cow specifically designed to thrill them, you don't even have to sell to them. They automatically become your fiercest, most loyal brand ambassadors. Section 4, Safe is actually risky. And this brings us to a really counterintuitive truth. Safe is risky, and risky is safe. Right now, corporate boardrooms are terrified of failure. So what do? They committee design these safe products engineered to vaguely please everyone. But in an overwhelmingly oversaturated market, blending into the crowd and deeply impressing absolutely no one, that is actually the biggest financial risk you can possibly take. Just look at Royal Enfield motorcycles. They easily could have modernized, smoothing out their edges to look like every other sleek, safe commuter bike on the road. But they didn't do that. They maintained their polarizing, heavy, vintage design and that iconic engine thump rather than watering it down. Taking that risk, being unapologetically themselves, meant they weren't for everyone, but it made their niche fans absolutely obsessed. They survived and thrived by designing for the devoted, not the masses. Let's get into Section 5, How to Stand Out. Marketing is no longer just a fresh coat of paint you slap on at the end. You must engineer remarkability directly into the product's DNA. So tactically, how do you actually do this? First, explore the extremes. Be the absolute fastest, the absolute cheapest, or even the absolute slowest, like a premium slow fashion brand. Second, do the opposite. Look closely at what your competitors are doing and boldly reverse their playbook. And third, continually ask why not. You need to aggressively question why you're following industry standards, especially when those standards are actively designed to make you invisible. Because here is the harsh, undeniable truth: no amount of marketing can save a boring product. Ultimately, if your core offering is just another brown cow, all the advertising money, all the slick PR campaigns, and all the billboards in the world will not convince the market to care. You simply cannot buy your way into being remarkable. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a deeply provocative question to ask yourself and your team today. Where is your business playing it safe? Seriously, look hard at your own brand right now. Identify exactly where you are blending in with the herd just to please everyone. Stop being safe. Figure out how to engineer genuine remarkability. And go build your purple cow today.